executive director of Zen Peacemakers. Anyway, this is our Peacemaker Circle format, and we do this every week, sometimes a couple times a week. And what we try to do, and many of you have heard me say this before, but we try to kind of move around the perimeter of the interest areas of Zen Peacemakers. So this could be racism, war and conflict, the environment, gender issues, end of life, pure dharma, or other spiritual teaching, the arts, or in this case, clowning, or any number of other things. So we try to mix it up so that it's interesting. And I'm delighted today to have our good friend, Mr. Yuhu, Moshe Cohen, join us. Moshe's joined a few times before and shared his crazy wisdom with us about how to lighten up our lives. Moshe was, I was checking with him earlier to see if this was an appropriate reference. If you can hear me say successor with a small s, lowercase s, then Moshe was sort of casually a successor of Wavy Gravy. Eve, you're waving.
Big successor. Are you kidding me? Big successor.
Successor of Wavy Gravy, who Hugh Romney, many of you know. And Moshe then took on the task of being Bernie Glassman's clown teacher. So that's how we are all related, and it's one big family. And Moshe's part of the Order of Disorder, and he may even talk about that a little bit. So you didn't come to hear me, so I'm going to mute myself. I'm going to thank you once again for coming. I do want to just mention it each time. We offer all of these programs free. They're not free to produce. It takes time and energy and promotion and all kinds of stuff that you can't see in order to get here. So anything you can do to help us out, a donation at zenpeacemakers.org, however small, is wonderful. And be sure to sign up for our newsletter as well, so you can see other events like this that are coming up. And Moshe, with that, I'm going to mute myself and hand over to you. If anybody wants, you can go to speaker. I won't do it for everybody because then Moshe will have to override that. If you want a full screen of Moshe talking, you can go to speaker view and see that. Or otherwise. Okay, my friend, thank you so much. Thanks for being here.
Hi, everybody. Can you hear me okay? I guess you're all waving. So, and I see a lot of black screens. I'd encourage the folks who who have their screens off to come online and be present with us. I'm going to talk a little bit, and then we're going to do some practices. Sacred Mischief practices. If you're just planning to sit at your computer and listen to me go blah, 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 I'm sorry, you're out of luck. I'm going to ask you to get up out of your chair and move around. So be thinking of, not thinking, but you're going to have to strategize that with your computer screen and where you stand, because you'll need about 2 or 3 I don't know, a couple square meters of space to move around in and still be able to look at the screen. That's the technical thing. I was just, I just put on my clown mask, and then the strap broke. This is my afternoon. I'll be going to CPMC Hospital here in San Francisco, and I'll be doing a medical clown project. Today my partner is Molly, and we'll be going around the acute elderly care floor, visiting the elders who are in the hospital for acute reasons, which is not always so simple. And I'm very grateful to be doing that work. Most of you may have looked at my bio or whatever and seen that I've been involved with Clowns Without Borders over the years. And I've always had the desire to put my clowning, my laughter, creating show, not just where the public is paying to see me, but going to places where the humor is needed. And I'm certainly not alone in this. There's quite a movement in the world of healthcare clown professionals, and a lot of people who are participating still in the Clowns Without Borders world, I'm glad to say. Today's topic, Sacred Mischief. How many of you have an inkling what that might mean, Sacred Mischief? Show of hands. A show of hands. Oh, okay, that's a lot of not showing hands. So basically, the story behind Sacred Mischief is that Bernie, as you probably know, came to study clowning with me. He came looking for tools of tricksterdom. I got a phone call from Wavy Gravy at 9 in the morning. Wavy lives a half hour away in Berkeley across the bay. And he's like, hey, there's a guy here who needs a teacher. Can you come over? And Wavy, if you don't know who he is, you'll have to look him up. But he's a social, he's a hippie icon. He likes to call himself a temple of accumulated error and a retired frozen dessert. He used to have a Ben & Jerry's ice cream flavor named after him. Anyway, that was Bernie Glassman who wanted tools of tricksterdom, and that evolved over time when he took workshops with me, and then he and Eve, who's present here, came, and Peter, who's not here, came with me down to Chiapas for a Clowns Without Borders journey, and Bernie was involved in the show. We chased him around the crowd. We got him to sit on a stool that broke, and he fell on his butt, and the audience just absolutely loved it. They loved the chasing, too. And then I started teaching workshops with Bernie, and all of a sudden I was no longer just teaching people who wanted to clown, but I was teaching people who had no interest in clowning, but were interested in opening up their sense of humor. How many of you have heard of sacred clowns? How many of you are familiar with that term? Okay, maybe not even half of you. So as I was people called me a clown. I never thought of myself as a clown. I always thought I was a funny man. And my job really was to create laughter. And I would do shows, and the way I would judge how well the show went was by how much laughter there was during the show. And then I started looking into the history of clowning and discovered all about the fact that there's been clowning going on since human beings have been around. And that indigenous populations, indigenous nations, indigenous communities, many of them had their clowns, whose job was to bring laughter into places where there were problems and when there was tensions within the community. An example that comes to mind is a story about a man in North America in a native community comes into a lot of wealth and starts dressing up and parading down the main street full of beautiful clothes and self-importance. Well, the clown went and found as many clothes as he could, 3 or 4 jackets and pants and what have you, and started walking alongside the man. Just totally ridiculous, overclothed, and to give that person the message that maybe he was out of balance with the community. And indeed, that brought him back into balance. If you go looking on the internet, I'm sure you can find out a lot of information about indigenous clown world. Sometimes they're called ritual clowns. But the term sacred clowning, I was like, well, I really believe in this but I don't want to think of myself. I had a conversation with Wavy about sacred clowns, and I was asking, well, who are the sacred clowns in these days, nowadays? And he started naming off Monty Python, Saturday Night Live, all these political and non-political people on TV and public figures whose job was to bring humor into the environment and to give people opportunities to laugh about the problems they're facing. And then Wavy was like, you're a sacred clown. You're doing all that Clowns Without Borders work. And I was like, oh, and I said, well, then you're a sacred clown. And anyways, we had this whole conversation. And by the end of it, I was like, well, okay, great. I'm doing sacred clowning, but something about Buddhism and ego had me wanting to kind of demote myself. And I was like, okay, I don't feel that I'm that sacred at all. And I really appreciate the work I'm doing. So what do I call this? And I started saying, well, it's an act. It's the action of clowning. It's not that I am a clown. It's that I'm doing this work. And out of that came this idea of sacred mischief. Okay, so that's an action, a sacred mischief action. And I've been going with that ever since. And really the idea that it's sacred, what does that mean? Well, I've been doing a little research into that. And the best definition I found recently was it's the opposite of ordinary. Take that for what we all, there's a lot of definitions of what sacred is, and it's about being revered or, whatever you would like to. I don't want to get into discussion of that. But what does that mean? It means that you're bringing in humor into a place where it's helpful, where it's uplifting. That's my definition of sacred mischief. Whether that's your own world and just humoring yourself about tensions and problems you're dealing with in your daily life, or it's humor that you're inviting into intimate relationships with family members or good friends, or if you're adventurous enough to be taking humor into a more public environment. Those are all, at least in my vocabulary, sacred mischief actions. Is that pretty clear to everybody? Is there any questions about that? Okay.
Moshe, is this the same as Heyoka?
Well, Heyoka is the Lakota sacred clowns. What's interesting is that the North American nations, some of them are holding on to these traditions and some of them have let go of those traditions. I visited the Hopi about 15 years ago and asked about their clowns, and they said nowadays everybody clowns. It used to be there was a clown kiva, that there was a society of clowns. This is my understanding. And now everybody clowns, or they're supposed to clown a ceremony during their lifetime. The Heyoka is the Lakota tradition, as I understand it, is that when you go on a vision quest, if you see Thunder Being in the West, Thunder being some type of God figure, then you are destined to be a Heyoka. And Genro Gaunt, who you may know, Zen Peacemaker himself, has spent a lot of time with the Lakota, and he told me that when it's time for the vision quest, that the young men who are going on the vision quest are all kind of frightened about the prospect of seeing Thunder Being in the West, that they really don't want that because the Heyoka is supposed to do everything backwards in life. They're the contrarian. And if it's a spiritual calling, like that it comes to you in a vision quest, then it's not just a passing fancy or just a role that you're taking on as part of your life. It's like, that's what you're doing. And so I wouldn't say that heyoka is exactly the same thing. It's a little deeper in. There's so much information out there. I don't want to spend all my time just discussing what this is about, as opposed to the fact that all of you have a sense of humor, and that all of you have the capacity to express that sense of humor and to stir up a little sacred mischief in your own lives. And really, that's why I'm here, is just to invite all of you to open up your sense of funny and to explore expressing it for a little while together here. It's not that challenging. It's definitely different rates of, how should I say that? Some people get it right away. Some people take a few days or even longer. But it's all there. It's all within your capacities. It's about, basically it's about channeling your joy into expression. If you think about humor, it's an act of generosity. It's a wish to create laughter for yourself, for others. Of course, it can be used in a negative fashion, as in a sense of laughing about somebody and diminishing that person so that other people laugh. That's certainly not sacred mischief. And that is, unfortunately, a very acceptable form of humor, this verbal humor that makes fun of something or of other people. And we laugh because of the tensions surrounding that, generally. However, when you take the words out of the equation, all of a sudden, it's really hard for that negativity to surface, and the idea of funny takes on a whole different meaning. We tend to try to think of something funny because we want to say something funny. Yet your humor is an intuitive element of your being. It doesn't live in your thinking mind. So unless you have there are people who are quite adept at using words in a funny way, and they've developed that capacity. But generally speaking, if you want to call up your sense of humor, it comes from your intuition. It comes from and that is expressed non-verbally. We're going to look at that right away, unless there's questions about that. Basically, my plan of action is I have a number of practices that I'd like to share with you. And we'll do a little warm-up to wake up the body and to wake up the voice. The idea in these practices is to do what your body allows you to do. Less is more. It's certainly not about physical exertion or moving your body in ways that aren't comfortable for you. One of the last things I'd like to say before we engage is I'm going to bring in the idea of lightness as well. So one thing about humor is that generally unless it's for yourself, you're expecting a response. You're sharing humor in connection with something. If there's no connection with somebody, it's really not possible to share humor. There has to be connection first. Otherwise, it doesn't work. And that's a longer discussion. But the point being that I lost the point. Uh-oh. What do I do? What do I do? Let's move on. I was going to talk about lightness, and I just wanted to say that lightness is humor that isn't being offered. It's humor that you just feel inside. And if you were to look at a level from 1 to 6 of the level of expression, from very subtle to completely exaggerated, where 5 is totally exaggerated, and 1 is the two is the smallest expression you could offer, And that's generally where we work between levels 2 and 5. Level 1, even smaller than the smallest expression you can offer, is where you just feel it in your being. You just feel that humor inside. And we'll try to get there. And that is a sense of lightness, of just feeling lighter. And you can take that anywheres, and you can invite that into any situation you're in. It doesn't require a response. And neuroscientifically, just so that you know, people can sense that energy. Their mirror neurons sense that energy. And I often, when I talk about this, if you go into a room frustrated, people sense that and they kind of step away. If you recognize that you're frustrated before you go into the room, and you try to invite a little lightness into that frustration, and you bring that lightness into the room, people are going to sense that lightness. As well, perhaps, as the frustration, but they're probably not going to step away. Anyway, maybe that makes some sense to all of you. Okay, so does everybody have a space to work in where they can see the computer screen? I am going to stand up and I'm going to adjust my music stand that's holding this computer. And I'm going to step back and figure out the angle I need for the camera. All right. If you want to turn on your cameras, that's fine. It's not necessary, but I invite you to be present. And we're going to start just by taking a moment to just be present. So, okay, I think that's good. Just take a look at your feet and try to place them so they're parallel under your hip bones. And then imagine a small circle right below your belly button. I'm going to adjust the camera a little bit more. This isn't working. I'm sorry, folks. I haven't done Zoom in quite a long time, and it's not functioning perfectly level. Hold on a second. Hey, Jeff, when I hit speaker, I see you. I don't see me. Oh, well, so it goes. I'll just go back to this one. Let's take a moment and just close your eyes now for a second. Standing up, what you feel is standing up tall. Close your eyes and just listen to where the breath is going in your body. So just focus in on your breath and focus on what's filling up in your body. Is the breath going into your chest, into your stomach, into your lower back? Wherever it's going, invite it to go just a little bit deeper now, filling up your abdomen, your stomach, your pelvis, all that area with breath. And then the first thing we're going to do this morning is we're just going to rub our hands together. So I want you to rub your hands together, and I want you to bring your hands down about where your hara is, in front of your belly button, so your arms are relaxed. And for a moment, go ahead now and close your eyes and just be with your hand rubbing and your breath. And then separate your hands about an inch or two apart and just listen to the space between your hands. And see if you feel any energy there. Perhaps you do, perhaps you don't. Remind yourself of where your breath is going in your body and rubbing your hands again. You can be a little vigorous, not overly vigorous, but give it some energy. And now open your eyes, just see your hands. Deep breaths, hand rubbing. And then again, separate your hands. And perhaps you sense a little bit of energy. I'm guessing you do. And one more hand rubbing sequence. Go ahead. And again, just listening to the space in between. That energy could be getting a little stronger each time. What I want you to do is now just separate your hands further apart. Take that and see what happens if they're 5 inches apart or 10 inches apart. Do you still feel the energy? How far apart can your hands go and still feel the energy? And then what happens now if you play with that energy without knowing, any type of play? Just look to move your hands and find a game for yourself. Forget looking out the camera, just be in your own world for a second and find some movement, some way of playing with this and have some fun with it and change what you're doing. Don't do the same thing. And then what happens if you invite your voice into it? Sounds, without knowing. Just have fun. Boom, ba, ba. Play with some kind of voice. And then come back. Okay, let's see, a show of hands. Who was challenged by this? Or did everybody have fun with that? Are we all on the same page? If you were challenged by that, do this. Okay, nobody's challenged by that. Great. That's a wonderful. I am a happy camper. We're going to open up a little bit of playfulness to add to this hand rubbing now. So I'm going to try something here because when I step back here, you're just seeing to the waist, right, Jeff?
Moshe, you have auto frame video on. You must.
I must. I don't even know how I get rid of that though.
The click box by video. If you click that.
Okay. I don't even know who's talking. The click box by the video, yes.
Click. It probably has adjust.
Oh, it says auto frame my video.
Click that. It will go off.
Oh, great. Thank you. Who was that?
Adam David Jones.
Thank you, Adam. Because I've been doing this teaching for a while, but I've never had that experience where when I step back from the camera, I stay the same. And so I'm like totally thrown off.
Adam gets a rubber chicken.
Okay, well, you do, Adam. I'm sending it your way. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh, good catch. Actually, wait, hold on a second. Okay, rubber chicken. Are you ready, Adam? 1, 2, 3. Whoops. I kind of hit the light. Oops. Oh, that's some sacred mischief. Okay, so I was talking about playfulness, speaking of which. Here's the idea. You're going to rub hands, right? And you're going to start switching the place where your hands are spontaneously. So just start rubbing hands, and then with no reason or rhyme, just move to a different place, and then to a different place, and just play with where your hands are rubbing. There's no rhyme or reason. Don't challenge yourself physically, just play. And if you want, you can add voice to it. That's very advanced, but give it a try. And then try spiraling in a circle and spiraling down and bringing the spiral, slowing it down just for a moment, slowing it down and coming back into space. Good one. That looked great. Even though they're small boxes, I saw a lot of fun there. The next step is humor. Inviting humor into how you rub your hands. So without thinking, don't think of a way to do it. Just say, I want to have fun with this, or I want to enjoy it. And then once you're having fun with it, see if you can surprise yourself with something you find funny. You can also add your voice to it again. It doesn't have to really be funny. It's just something that might be funny. And playing. Keep going. I'm going to take a look. Oh, yeah. Voice. Bring your voice into it. If your voice isn't into it, what happens when you invite your voice to play with it? All right, that is absolutely wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Without going any further into the humor zone, I'd like you to try the same thing with lightness. What would it feel like to rub your hands in a way that feels light? Take a moment. The feeling of lightness is not just in the hands, it's in your being. It's an enjoyment. There's lightness. See what happens now if you add a little sound to that. You invite lightness into your voice. Well, oh. Try saying any word with lightness, whatever comes to mind. Wow. All right, great. How does that lightness resonate? Yeah, I'm a fan. I'm a big fan of lightness lately. So I have this list of exercises. And I'm just going to invite in a few of them, and we'll play along and see where it takes us, all right? I don't have a big plan, A, B, C, D, E, for the day. I'm going to start with something that comes from the world of Mime. I'm assuming that you are all aware, but maybe not, that, the Mime is an art form that's corporeal, that involves movement. Is not just pantomime, which you're probably very familiar with, which is the white face and the play. There's a whole art form behind that called corporeal mime, which involves physically controlling how you move your body so that you can create illusions. And one of the bases of this is called fixed point. And a fixed point is where you have, where's that chicken? You have an object, and the object stays theoretically more or less in place. You try to move the object, but the object doesn't want to move. And all that work is based on a simple exercise of placing your hand in space. Go ahead, take your hand, one hand, place it in front of you at a comfortable height and distance, and now simply try to not move the hand, but to move your body. The simplest move, the way to begin would be to take a step towards your hand or a step away, depending on how close your hand is to your body. And watch your hand as you do that. And the idea is that the hand doesn't move. What this involves physically is that you're unbending and bending the elbow. Your elbow bends so that the hand can stay in place. Try that. As you come closer to a hand, you bend your elbow. As you step away from your hand, you straighten out your arm. And of course, it's not going to be perfect. If I do it, probably better to do it sideways, I guess, rather than in front of you. And then once you have that idea, play with it. How can you move around with one hand staying fixed? Of course, it's not going to be perfect, but just explore for a moment. Maybe you can go below it, go above it. Just check it out. Good, everybody. As far as I can tell, Bettina, you're moving your hand a lot. Try to keep your hand in place. Die Hand bleibt da. Die Körper bewegt. I'm saying in German that the hand stays in place, but the body moves. Okay. Well, theoretically, you all have the idea. Yes? I'm sure we're all at different levels of competency. I see some people sitting right back down. Okay. Yes, Susan, that's you. I saw you. I'm kidding. Anyway, so a typical, what do you have there, Jeff? Is that a duck? Oh my goodness, I have competition. His duck is nicer than mine. What should I do? Very nice duck. The typical mime is that you have an object that's stuck. I walk away, but the chicken doesn't come with me. I play that I'm stuck. I'd like to explore that just a tiny bit and see if we can invite some humor into this. First, the idea is that you look away and you see something very interesting to your left, to your right of where you're standing, and you decide, I want to go there. Let's say, typical of YooWho, that's me, is a piece of cake, of chocolate cake, that's like about 2 or 3 meters away. It's sitting on a table. And you decide that you want to go have some cake. However, your hand does not cooperate. So as you go towards the cake, your hand stays in place. Try that out. Take a look. See a cake? Try to walk towards that, but your hand doesn't go. Okay. Now let's add the humor into this element. You look over at the cake. That's your favorite cake. Can you, without thinking about it, express your desire to eat that cake with voice, with expression, with physicality? Oh la la. Oh. Can you invite your humor into that expression? And you are starting to get excited about that cake. And you decide, I'm going to go have some. And you walk away, but you can't get there. Your hand's stuck. Try it a few times. Again, come back to the place where you were starting and look at that looks good. Repeat the exercise. Finally you decide that you want to go. Yes, and you can't go. What happens in that moment when you get stuck and you can't go? What happens to that? I want to eat that cake. Does your expression change suddenly? Yes, exactly, Jeff. Dang, I can't get the cake. Something happens, right? And there's a change of expression. And actually, the humor is not just in your desire to have that cake. The humor is going to be in the, I can't get the cake. That change of expression. Can you invite humor into the energies that come in when you can't go for the cake, when you can't get the cake? Everybody understand me? You want to try it? So when you get stuck, play that second energy that's coming in of not being able to eat the cake. What is that? I don't know. We each have our own. Give it a try, okay? stand there, look at the cake. Oh, desire comes in, wish to eat it, invite humor into it. Oh, and at some point you decide to go and how do you express? Play with that. I can't go there. Try gestures. What kind of gesture can you make with your, what kind of sound can you make? Okay. Good, yes. Now, are you having fun with that? Okay, yes, you're having fun with not being able to eat the cake. Oh my goodness, you're inviting humor into a negative energy. Oh my goodness. Would that be like a sacred mischief? Might that be something that's useful in life? Well, that's my opinion, of course. Just my opinion, yes. You've heard that before. Are there questions, comments at this point? Yes, Kim, I see your hand. And Jeff is at his desk. He hasn't stood up. So he's available. Yes.
I was going to ask because I'm physically challenged by doing things. So do you have any recommendation? I can sit forward on my chair, but I can't walk away.
Right.
So I'm just trying to like lean away, but I wondered if there's any way to exaggerate the.
Oh, well, I wouldn't
effect.
I wouldn't worry about the physicality of it.
Okay.
I just like, are you getting that? I can't get there. I want to, but I can't.
Yeah.
Are you
Yeah.
inviting humor into that?
Yeah,
Are you having fun with that?
I am.
Oh,
And I got a duck.
well, okay. Well, that's the main thing, right? Is not the physical movement as much as
Okay.
the energies you're calling up and how you express them. So right now we're working with physical gestures and vocal gestures. So you're quite capable of gesturing with your hands, your arms,
Yeah.
your voice. I don't want to talk about making a funny face because that's not funny. People sometimes think, oh, I'll make a funny face and I'll be funny. It's not. But your facial expression definitely changes with what you're doing. And you can definitely invite humor into that energy. And people will, yes, you'll actually be making a funny face because you're not trying to make a funny face. But the moment you try to make a funny face, forget it. Kim, does that answer your question a little bit?
Yeah, that really helps. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, good. Thank you for bringing that up. That had been on the back of my mind earlier today when I was thinking about teaching. So I'm really glad that you brought that up.
Anna Zumwalt had, Anna, are you still here? You had your
Yeah.
hand up earlier.
Well, I was just, well, because you invited questions and comments, and I
Please.
found that very powerful and really helpful, and it was very interesting being two places at one time and having, that was very cool.
Thank you. Wonderful. Yes, Adam.
Yeah, so we've talked about not making fun of people. Now, I totally get the idea of punching down because that sucks. But I kind of see, and maybe I'm wrong, Sacred Mischief as punching up, like the jester, like the Lakota or story of the person walking beside the guy with the fancy clothes. Isn't that part of Sacred Mischief? Is making fun of people in situations that are out of balance, as you put it?
Well, yes and no. It's certainly a sacred mischief act if you're in a place of authority. In other words, the clown who's parodying the guy who's taking himself too importantly is a recognized spiritual part of the community. The sacred clown and they're not just anybody. They have a part to play in the community, and they are a part of the spiritual leadership. So if the clown comes up and starts parroting you, it's like a message from somebody who knows what they're talking about.
But SNL is a sacred mischief too, right?
What?
Is that what SNL we've established?
Yeah,
Is sacred
well,
mischief.
sure, because they're comedians on stage. They're not Joe Schmo coming up to another person saying, "Hey, if you are recognized as somebody who knows what they're talking about, that's not the right word, but do you know what I'm saying? If you're
I know.
recognized by the community as the clown, and the clown comes up to you and says, "Hey, you're not being cool," they're not making fun of you. They're trying to teach you a lesson.
Well, sure, I agree with that. Yeah, I don't. Yes, the lesson is what I'm mostly interested in. Are you sending a message that helps people?
Right. Well, the only way that people are going to receive a message generally is if it's something that is positive. I mean,
Yeah, or they laugh at
if-
themselves.
yeah, well, laughing at yourself, making fun of yourself is definitely acceptable. The
People
clown,
like.
the
Go ahead.
clown is often making fun of themselves to offer a chance to other people to laugh.
Yeah.
That's part
Yeah,
of the deal.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Sure thing.
Thank you.
Not sure if I totally answered that perfectly, but hopefully that was good enough for us right now. And I lost my train of thought. Excuse me. Yes. So I did want to explore just for a moment, what is it like to exaggerate? And we just took a look when we played with the lightness, what it's like to be very subtle. And we have so many levels of expression. So from my teacher, Richard Pachinko, who's no longer with us, as I said, he had a scale that went from 1 to 6. And for him, the level 3 was where the humor was very clear. Level 4 was exaggerated. Level 5 was as big as it can get. Level 6 was the absurd over the top, where we never actually worked in, pretty much. Level 2 was what I was talking about earlier, was that smallest possible offering. Where is that? The smallest possible offering. That's something that if we were doing a longer workshop, I would be going into that. But I think for the time we have today, not that it's not relevant, but it takes too much time to get into that in a good way. I'm just curious, if you were to self-evaluate of that exercise you just did with being stuck with a piece of cake and wanting to eat the piece of cake, would you say that you were exaggerated, very exaggerated? How many people would say they were exaggerated? Show of hands. 1, 2. How many people? Okay, quite a few. How many people would say they're very exaggerated? Okay, only a couple. How many people say they weren't exaggerating at all?
What if your own reality is exaggerated?
Well, then that's exaggerated. Okay, I was just trying to, let's take a moment and go into the subtlety, seeing how you all played that with exaggeration, or most of you did. Let's take that same situation. We're going to move on to another exercise in a moment. Let's go back to this. There's cake. And you're going to play with lightness, with a taste of subtle humor. See where you land. Just give yourself the intention to play it smaller. All right? And take a look now. There you are. You have a hand fixed. You take a look over to the kitchen table that's not so far away, and oh, you take another look. I think, and maybe, oh, that might be nice. Oh, and at some point you decide you want to walk over and taste that cake, and you start to make your journey. Go ahead, take a ride, see what happens. Oh, what did this fall? Oh, sure. Oh, you could foot. Oh. Put it. Oh. Good one. Good one. So, good, everybody. As I'm doing that, I'm recognizing that this is actually slightly advanced, and that I wonder if you're feeling this sense of humor alive in your subtlety, or maybe not. Are you feeling the humor alive in your subtlety? Show of hands. Oh, wonderful. Sort of, maybe. It's not, it's a little lighter. It's not so, it maybe takes a little more practice and experience. These things, one of the things about this work is that you're creating pathways in your neuroscientific world there for the joy neurons to travel, or they're already there and you're building them, or whatever. But the more that you travel down those pathways, then the subtlety, the easier it is to play in that area of subtlety. How did that feel, that area of subtlety? Did that feel nice? Sentient?
One thing I noticed, I kept the internal at high volume, and I tried to do the least amount outer expression, and it felt just as satisfying, because what's key is the internal was still wanting it. It's just like, don't let anyone see.
So Senshin is an advanced Sacred Mischief practitioner who's been practicing for many years. So that's a very advanced method there, keeping the inner energy strong and the outer energy light. Wow, I love it. What about other folks? Is that a place you find inviting, that subtlety? I bring that up because in our everyday, ordinary life, that subtlety is a great tool, because often the situation is intimate, and any level of exaggeration, over the topness, might just go over the heads of people. Whereas the subtlety is a normal a volume of energy that people can connect with. And I can't tell you how strong just a look, with a little humor in the look. Try, I don't believe you. Let's try a look. Somebody's saying something to you, and you absolutely don't, you want to playfully say, I don't believe you. Give them a, I don't believe you look. Give it a try. Play with that for a moment. Add a little sound to that. Really? Can you have fun there? I imagine you can have fun there, right? Can you offer that? If you offer that to somebody in a subtle way, and that ruffles their feathers, in other words, for whatever reason, they take it not in a great way, it's far less disturbing to them than if you offer that in a stronger way, at which point they might start to become defensive. Does that make sense? The level of offering that your offer has to pretty much be on a level that's consistent with whom you're sharing it with. If you go way out of that level of offering, then you might lose them or go over their heads. And I'm talking a lot about sharing humor, but really, I should come back to just the fact that this humor is quite useful just for you. And that's just really a great place to start. That the sharing humor does require your ability to listen to how it's being received. So not only are you offering humor, but you're also paying attention to how that humor is being received. And if you don't have a very strong command of your offering of the humor, it's really hard to be listening to how it's being received. Does that make sense? Yes, Bernd. You're muted.
Sorry, my
Okay.
lunch break is over.
Oh,
Much. Have a good one.
okay.
Bye.
Bye. Anyway, that's something worth sharing.
Moshe, I think Diana had her hand up earlier, but took down the digital.
Yeah, it wasn't important. It's just that I wanted to make the comment that I felt much more disappointed that I didn't have the cake with the subtler movement.
Dang, that's not the intention. Yeah, it's supposed to be fun, not no. That's interesting though. Diana, could that be because you're operating at a deeper level? I don't know.
No.
Worth reflection. Hey, Jeff, how am I doing on time?
We've still got a half an hour, Moshe. We're good. We're
Okay,
good.
great. I wasn't sure. Yeah.
And I think also we can give Diana permission if she'd like to go to the supermarket and get some cake. That's okay.
No way. No, I don't agree. I'm not going there. Okay. I want to try a few more practices. I have several in mind. One is actually at the computer. So, and then one is standing up again. But let's do the one at the computer. So if you're standing up, I hate to bug you to but you can invite humor into reestablishing yourself at the computer because we're going to be using the humor, and you're going to be needing one finger. And this is a relatively new practice for me that I'm experimenting with. You can tell me if you like it or not. I'm hoping you'll like it because it's in my book. There will be a book in the spring of 2027, by the way. Shambhala is on board. It will be a training manual, a Sacred Mischief training manual. The idea, I'm calling this finger plunking. And the idea is that you have a finger that's going to go, I don't know how I can do this on in this Zoom. It's going to go up, and then it's going to go down, and it's going to go and hit one key on your keyboard. And so first of all, you have to decide which key, and I would suggest a letter so that it doesn't disturb your whole online connection. And the idea is like, of course, why not invite humor into how you plunk the key. So everybody got a finger? Take a look, invite your sense of humor already in now as you look for which key you wish to plunk. And when you decide which one, give yourself a moment of, aha, that one. Invite humor into your decision. Aha. Now, if you are ready, prepare. The finger has to be going up first and then turn around. So the finger has to start pointing upwards. And in your own space and time, go ahead and try it out. You can have voice involved. Oh, oops. Darn it. I missed. Okay, try it again. Ready? Play with it. And and without thinking, let's try it a third time. Ha. So, theoretically, each time you do it, you're more familiar with the game you're playing, and you find more play and more details, and hopefully even more fun and funny in that. How was that as a practice? Is that a keeper? So can you imagine using this with your cell phone? Can you imagine swiping with humor? Could you imagine not being in a good mood and having to call somebody you don't want to call and inviting humor into the not such a good mood as you dial or punch the key? So that brings up this whole next phase, which is not very advanced, but if you go to the deeper side of this work of humor, you come to a place where you start looking at the emotions underlying the whole thing. Because there's always a feeling alive in you. And you can invite humor into the feelings, which in a way we've been doing, although I haven't been calling it that. So in other words, you can, and I mentioned this already, you can invite humor into being frustrated. Might that be an interesting topic? I was teaching at Benediktushof in Germany, an introductory 2.5-hour workshop. And at the beginning of the workshop, and these were people who had no idea, it wasn't really planned workshop. It was just like not quite spontaneous. So people just kind of showed up without knowing what was going to happen. And I said, well, by the end of this workshop, you're going to learn to have fun, to enjoy being frustrated. And then I asked the group, there was 20-something people. I said, well, what do you think? Do you think that's possible? And 2/3 of them were shaking their heads like, no, that's not possible. Yet by the end of the workshop, we were having a lot of fun in the funny being frustrated. Because of course it is possible. And the only requirement with frustration is recognizing that you're frustrated. Often the reason we're frustrated is because we don't recognize that we're being frustrated. The moment we recognize that we're frustrated, we kind of let go of the frustration. For example, you're looking for your keys in the house. It's time to go someplace. You go to where you think your keys are. They're not there. You go, you're late. And you go to the next possible spot where you think they are, and they're not there. And you start searching around the house, getting more and more frustrated as you can't find your keys. Are you aware that you're frustrated? I see people nodding their heads. And I my own self, usually am not aware at first that I'm getting frustrated. And at some point I recognize that I'm getting frustrated. And when I start recognizing that I'm frustrated, that's when I find the keys. Because I'm basically, the neuroscientists claim that your subconscious knows where the keys are. Your subconscious remembers where the keys are because you put them there, but you can't access your subconscious because your thinking mind is going spinning. That's the theory. Anyhow, I'm enjoying having this chicken available. Maybe you're not. The idea is that we're going to play with this idea just to explore it a bit, okay? And I have a practice that I've been sharing for a while that seems to function decently. There's a few practices I've used. Lately, the one I've been using is the idea of a letter. A letter from the tax authority, or a letter from the bank, or a letter from I don't know what, telling you some very unwelcome news. We'll just stick with the idea that the tax authority says you owe them $8,722.32, and you thought that you were just fine. How do you feel when you read that piece of paper? Oh, Anna. Oh, yes. Not so happy. Yes, exactly, Jeff. Jeff is like, I'm ready to tear this piece of paper, and that's exactly what we're going to do. That's the practice. So I need you to find a piece of paper, a letter. It could just be a blank printout. It doesn't have to necessarily have anything on it. But of course, something that you're not attached to is probably a good idea. Has everybody got something? Oh, Scott, you turn on your camera and you have a, ooh, from Wells Fargo. Oh, he's got the real thing, folks. So the idea is, in this general mode of inviting humor into feelings, into how we're feeling, the question is as you read this bad news, or this not welcome news, let's just call it that, you don't feel so good about it. In fact, you feel it's a little frustrating because you thought that you were okay. But this piece of paper is telling you otherwise. So the idea is as you read the piece of paper and it either frustrates you, angers you, makes you not so happy, any of those items, is can you invite humor into how you express it? Can you actually, because if you accept the fact, well, there it is, I'm frustrated, I can have fun with it. So we're going to do a standing up session. Just kidding. Anyway, so I'd like you to take this piece of paper that is very simple. Here, I should have, let me explain what's going to happen. You're going to, first part of it is just expressing physically, verbally, how you feel about, don't try it yet, how you feel about this, and inviting humor into that frustration, unhappiness, whatever it is that you got going on. And at a certain point, you really decide, for whatever reason, that you're going to destroy this piece of paper, and that's going to make you feel better. Right? Which is basically the idea. So the first part is really exploring how can I humorously express my discomfort or unhappiness or whatever it is you're feeling about this letter, all right? The second part is the decision, to destroy and to taking complete pleasure in tearing the paper apart. Now, here's what I'd like to propose technique-wise. I'll show you. It's just basically, you're going to take your time tearing the piece of paper into smaller and smaller pieces. And at some point, you get to a place where it's really kind of hard to tear the paper because you got too many pieces. And again, frustration and having, exploring how to have fun in the funny with this frustration comes up. And maybe if you're really lucky, and I'm not, you get one more tear in it, and then finally, coup de grace, bah! You throw it away. All right? So let me get another piece of paper here. That was my lesson plan, by the way. All right. So first objective, just expressing discontent, frustration, verbally, physically. Invite your fun into it. Oh la la, exaggerate it, play with it. Oh, c'est pas vrai. Oh. At some point, when you feel you've reached as far as you want to go with that part, you say, you make the decision to tear it. Take a moment to take pleasure in deciding that you are going to tear this paper apart. And take a moment as you prepare to tear it. Oh, don't drop it like I did. And then when you unbend, with each tear, spend time with the tear. Find the satisfaction. What does that give for you? I hope you're using your voices. Oh my goodness. All right, folks. Okay, is that practice good enough to go in the book? What do you think?
I like it.
You like it? There's a second part to the practice that I didn't mention, the cleanup. I will leave that for later, but I do hope you can have some fun with that. That is part of the practice.
Well, I think it's so cathartic because like we all really do get scary mail.
Yeah.
You know? And sometimes I do want to tear up my mail.
Feel free, as far as I'm concerned. Well, the whole point is to, especially with the last few years, with all the isolation going on and everything, we clam up a bit. We don't express ourselves because there's not necessarily as many people around us to be having conversations with. There's that. But also, I can blah, blah all day. I see a hand, Lynn. Yes, Lynn.
I like the idea of tearing up a printout of something I've read online, like some government policy or something. And then really enjoying tearing it up and then making another copy of it and tearing it up again.
All right, cool. I'm glad that's resonating with you. That's wonderful. Your hand's still up, Lynn. Anybody else want to?
Sandy has her hand up, Moshe.
Okay.
Moshe, I just want to say thank you. Just this discussion about the emotion that's there and how you can shift the relationship with what's unfolding is really huge. During the pandemic, when I joined you for some sessions, and the practice of the mask, the relationship with the mask, and going through all of the, the disgust and then the delight and the love, totally changed how I viewed my relationship with a mask, and it was a non-thing. And so I just want to say, I think this whole practice of recognizing what's present and how, when we are aware of it and we take that next step to bring a different relationship with humor, that it my window of tolerance opened.
Beautiful.
So thank you.
So glad that's your window of tolerance opened. That's a great quote, Sandy. Anna.
Somebody mentioned in the chat about getting a speeding ticket, and my burning question is, what about bringing humor when you're frustrated driving? I really need tips about that.
Oh, don't get frustrated driving. No, just kidding. Yeah, no. I guess it would basically have to be rather restrained because you're driving, Anna. So it's like I can, but still expressing that energy either by tapping not the horn, of course, but somehow physically, some type of gesture, maybe, or and some type of verbal expression. Like in French, the French are great with that. The French have so many expressions that humor is, ah la la, c'est pas vrai ça. Oh, ben non, ben toi, t'as. It's a verb called râler, where they complain, but in a humorous fashion.
Yeah, I would say
Yeah.
verbal is better than gesture. Interpretation.
Scott, wait, I have Scott and I have Chris. I'll take Chris and then Scott, okay?
Go ahead.
Thanks, Moshe. I have a friend now not with us, Bernie DeCoven, and he and his wife invented a game for exactly this circumstance. They called it "There Must Be a Reason." So when they felt like they were cut off or somebody was racing by them, they would try to invent the most outlandish reason why they should be doing that. So that's it. There must be a reason.
So they're inviting humor into that as a way of stepping aside from that. That's interesting. That's great. Scott.
So when I was taking CDL lessons to be a truck driver, one day our instructor said, if someone gives you the bird, and of course you know what that means, the middle finger, he said, give them a whole flock. So they're giving you one bird, you're giving them 5. So
that's wonderful. That's great. Wonderful, everybody. How are we doing on time? Oh, we're kind of running out of time. But I think that there's one last exercise I kind of wanted to share with you. And it's a conceptual as well as an exercise. So let me just explain it. It comes from the world of commedia dell'arte, which is Italian street theater from the 16th century. And the idea is it's a rhythm, is called stop, look, react, and act. And the idea is that often we don't take the time for the other person to recognize where we're at. So I'll give the expression, the exercise is often done. One way I do this exercise is with a book, another way is by tripping. The idea is that if I have something balanced on my head and I turn too fast, I lose the object. If this happens when I'm on stage or off stage, in any case, I can feel the object losing balance and slipping off my head a lot sooner than the audience recognizes that is falling. In other words, the moment it starts slipping, I'm saying, uh-oh, I'm about to lose the chicken. The audience hasn't noticed it yet. The audience is probably going to react when the chicken's in midair. They're going to go, oh, he lost the chicken. But by this time, not only had I sensed it, but I've probably already started to react. And I'm going, ha, 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 oh. However, my reaction at that point is ahead of the audience. The audience isn't aware that the object is slipping yet. So they work with a rhythm they call stop, look, react. And the look is a time where I look physically to the object that's falling or has fallen. And that gives the audience the time to connect with me, with what's going on.
The art on here is garnering millions of views.
Okay, we have somebody with the radio on, and now it's off. Anyway, but the point is that I'm ahead of the game. I'm offering humor before people are ready to receive it. Does that make sense? They're not with me. There's a disconnect. So that's another point to how humor and sharing humor is a little more complex than just playing with the humor on your own. Are you connected? Because unless there's some type of strong connection between you, in other words, eye contact, that humor isn't going to work because they're not connected. It could go to either side of them. When you're using verbal humor, that connection is less important because the ears can be listening even if you're not paying attention. Does that make sense? So when you're looking to share humor in a moment spontaneously for whatever reason, take a look, see if they're with you. Make sense? Now, the exercise is just what I did. Walking with a book on your head or some object that's going to fall the moment you start walking, unless you have a lot of hair, not like me, and then which you kind of have to cheat it and make it fall. Yes, 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 yeah, very funny, very funny. Anyway, so the idea is you take a book or some object. You want to try this? We have 3 minutes. Grab something, stand up. And I'm not going to, and take the object and place it on your head. So we're going to do this 2 or 3 times. The first time, just react, just play. Oh, I just investigate what kind of humor comes up with me dropping the book, me making a mistake, right? Imagine you're making a mistake, that the goal is to not drop the book and you drop the book, all right? Go ahead, give it a try and just play with it. And play with your verbal expression, play with your gestural expression, invite humor into it. How do you have fun with, darn it? Just play with that. Try it 2 or 3 times, see what you get. You can do it sitting down, but it's a little harder than standing up. But it works, obviously, especially if you can't move at all or not move as well as you want to. Is everybody finding a little fun in dropping the book? Are you try one more time. Exaggerate whatever you're doing. Go ahead. Try one more time with exaggeration. Vocal, gestural. Make sure your humor is alive. Great. Okay, try one time with subtlety. Very advanced. Wonderful. Wonderful. Now, see if you can. So the idea of the stop is that the reaction naturally comes up. The only thing is that you're feeling it inside, but you're not offering it outwards. So it's opening up, but you kind of try to hold it in. So it's not like you don't react. The reaction is there, but you're not offering it. But as you come back from looking at the object on the ground, you offer it to this imaginary other person or audience. Go ahead, give that a try. All right. How did that go? Okay. Not so easy. It's a little more complicated. Yet, I feel it's a vital thing that I should be offering and sharing. So I just did. And there you have it. And I think, well, I'm open to questions, comments. I haven't been reading the chat. I'm sorry, because I don't know how to do that while I'm also presenting. I'm not that multitasking savvy.
We've got about a half a minute here for a question or a comment, if anybody has anything. Or
Oh,
we can wrap up, Moshe.
Hello.
okay.
Oh, I heard somebody.
Yes,
Just wanted
it's
to
me,
make one
Ocean.
quick question or one quick comment to Moshe. All of those people who look like they are so savvy with reading the comments and everything, they have someone else reading the comments and telling them what the comments are.
Oh, okay. Good to know.
Was there someone else who
Moshe.
had something?
Yes, Moshe. It's
Yeah.
Ocean.
Oh,
Yes. Hello from Switzerland.
oh, hello from Switzerland.
Yeah.
Yay.
How are you? Thank you so
I'm,
much.
you're very
I
welcome.
really, it really resonated with me because the past years I've been using humor with myself. So a lot of things that you said, you really resonate with my everyday life sometimes because I laugh at things, at situations, conditions, and all that. And of course, that brings attention to what you're doing, and yes, to your feelings, yes, to your emotions. And I'm not taking myself so seriously, so lately, which is a good thing, I guess.
That is
But
a good thing.
can I have can I just share one thing about this hand thing that you said? Because it happened with me in my life, a real thing about this hand situation where the hand stays and the body does it. I was in south of France with this Japanese master, and he was really mad at me because I was pointing and talking with my hands, and he said, "Oh, you don't do that." And I'm like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." And then all of the sudden I said, this hand, and I took the other hand, and I said, this hand, it has a life of its own. He cracked up. The whole situation changed because of it. So,
Excellent.
yes.
Good. I'll be in
Yes.
Switzerland in March
When?
in
Oh,
Zurich.
cool.
Yeah, Zen
Where do I find
Peacemakers.
you?
On my website, it'll be marked. It'll be on my website, but also the Zen Peacemakers of Zurich are going to organize March
Is it
14th.
Coho?
March 14th, I think it is.
Who is organizing? Coho or
Yeah, Coho.
Muller?
No, Coho.
Okay. I'll contact him.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, I love to see you in person and laugh with you.
Of course.
Well, here we are. We have arrived,
We have arrived.
and hopefully this doesn't mean we have to go get serious now. I just think we have to go do something else. So, Moshe, thank you so much for your teaching and your exercises. They're great, and we look forward to your book in 2027. And
Yeah.
and
Thank you
all for
all.
staying with us for all this time. So,
Of course. Thank you to everybody who came, and hello to all the people that I've met before and I see. It's nice to see your faces. See you all soon.